Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I now have a sofa that I'm sitting on, so thank goodness for people that donate things. So let's see what we're doing today. So the energy I've been feeling in the collective this morning has been not a heavy energy, there's a lightness to it, but it's a sad energy. It's almost like somebody's sad, and there's an element of frustration to it as well. It's almost like they've been carrying this burden for a long time, maybe, not being able to express something, not being able to get something off your chest, or not being able to really move forward in the way that you are. And it's almost like an exhaust, when you're absolutely shattered and you just want to cry. It's that kind of energy that's coming through on there. So I'm going to pick one of the animal cards first of all, because I do like the words that come off of these that give us that little bit of information on there. So let's see, put your energy into whatever your questions are today, what it is that you would like to know about. Because if this is you that's got that feeling, that sort of a little bit of a sadness to you today, feeling a bit overwhelmed maybe, or just not sure of what you want to do or where you want to go, it might be you that I'm talking to. So put all your energy into this reading right now. Please do like and subscribe as well. Drop me a comment too. I love it when people drop me comments. I love hearing what you say. It really perks me up and makes me feel good. We have on the bottom of here hope. I'm actually going to take that one out because I think for some of you this is what you needed to hear today, is hope. You can see the snowdrops in there and the butterfly. And if you've been looking around lately, if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, the snowdrops come out. And it reminds me of a story that my children used to have about Jack Frost. There was a little boy that Jack Frost was playing with in the winter. And he said to the boy, just don't mention anything warm to me and I will play with you, I'll stay. A bit creepy, that's like, anyway. But this little boy pointed out the snowdrops to Jack Frost. He was like, oh look, snowdrops. And obviously then Jack Frost had to leave because springtime was starting to come, because that was what the snowdrops were there. So snowdrops kind of represent the hope for the springtime. So this is your hope now. Maybe if you've been seeing snowdrops around, this is your sign that, what you've been waiting for, what you've been hoping for, it's arriving. And I feel like you've gone through quite a transformation to get here. And as the blue on this butterfly is making me think about communication. So this, I feel, isn't so much communication with anybody else. It's more how you communicate to yourself, what you actually, are you being truthful to yourself is where it's coming from. Is like, do you speak out what you're actually speaking inside? I'm going to get another card of these as well to go with that. So we've got hope there. Preparation we have as well. I'm just going to pick the ones on the bottom, I think, because that seems to be quite relevant. So preparation, the squirrel and the chestnut. Now squirrels are all about preparation, aren't they? They bury their nuts, although I have seen squirrels trying to find nuts that they buried and they don't remember where they put them. I'd be that kind of squirrel if I was a squirrel. And a chestnut, it's a really sort of, we roast chestnuts, don't we? Chestnuts are really nice nut. And this is about, I feel you have maybe spent some time recently, maybe over the past few months, it could even be over the past year or whatever, where you have been gathering nuts. And nuts, actually, I'm thinking about hazelnuts here, not so much chestnuts, and that's the nut of inspiration. So you've been gathering things to inspire who you want to be and where you want to be in your life. And sometimes, like I was saying about the squirrels, these nuts can be buried and then forgotten about or left somewhere and you don't remember where you left them. So I feel like for some of you, there are things that you've buried or tried to bury, and maybe you're now searching for these things, you're trying to find them within yourself. This is reminding me of the Seven of Cups, where it's like there's illusion around all the options that you've got, decisions you could make. That can be quite overwhelming in wanting to you know, when you're feeling about being inspired by something, if you've got too much choice, too much stuff going on, it's very difficult to channel that energy to where you want it to go. And if the energy isn't channeled there, then it's messy, it's chaotic, it just goes wherever. So this is about, you know, gather what you can right now, what you can remember right now. And this is your time for, you are preparing for something big. This hope here, you are preparing for something that's going to manifest here, that's going to change. So I'm going to pick 3 runes to help us see a little bit clearer on this. So what is it that you are preparing for at this time? Okay, so we've got I was on there. So for some of you, you may be going through an ending of some sort. So this could be an end to a relationship. It could be the end to a job. It could be the end to a pattern that you have as well. It could be relating to the end of a pattern that, I don't like the word toxic, and I'm not going to say toxic, although I just did. Oh no, what have I done? It's more about just habits that don't serve a purpose for you anymore, or, you know, things that maybe kept you safe, kept you feeling comfortable, but aren't actually serving a purpose for you anymore in your life. So it could be an ending to that. Okay, and we have Rado as well, but it's in the reverse position. So Rado can represent where there's been maybe a directional move. And I do feel for some of you, it's about sort of, you know, you've come to an understanding where you need to take some responsibility for something here. So it's, yeah, I'd be very surprised if the next rune isn't something to do with illumination, actually. Okay, and it's Sawillo, which is the rune of the sun. So Sawillo is an energy of intention. And I want to say, what I'm being guided to say is about where your intention goes, energy flows. So you have an opportunity here and you are preparing for something, you know, these nuts have been planted for you in the hope that you find them. Yeah. And they are important on this journey for you. So there's been an ending, and that's given you an an opportunity for a new direction. Maybe some of you have been having an operation or about to have an operation. Maybe there is some fear around that, but that's a different collective, I think. I don't know where that came from. But this energy of Rado, it's about, you know, following your true path, following the journey that you feel guided to go on, even if it doesn't make much sense to you at this time. You're feeling it for a reason and you have to go with it, okay? And this is about trusting a process, which might be completely different to a process that you are used to, that you would normally go down, but it is, you are being divinely guided. And there was something about divine timing on the last reading I did. And I'm presuming it's similar kind of people that are watching these videos each time. But Sawillo has the energy of healing as well. So there's been a lot of healing going on around this. And the direction that you are feeling more leaning towards at this time is going to bring you a lot of healing. Sun power energy as well is life force energy. So it's going to give you that life force because something's been missing from here and it's very heavy in here. So we want to get that balance back with the energy. We don't want to keep dropping into places and feeling heavy. There's some nuts that you're missing that need to be found, that need to be acknowledged. And you know what they are. And I think you remember where you left them. So you need to go and find that nut and make the intention of allowing that nut and, you know, being part of it. I don't know why I'm talking about nuts, but I am. Okay, so let's pick some tarot cards to go with this and see what we've got on here. Okay, the energy's changing now. I feel like I want to laugh. I just feel like I want to laugh a lot. I don't know why I want to laugh so much. It's very unprofessional, but it's, you know, that feeling of like when you've had a big cry and your mate comes round or whatever, and then something funny happens and you're laughing, and it's like you actually feel really good because You've had a big cry and then now you're laughing. So it's that kind of energy. Yeah. You need to have some fun. You need to find something fun. Oh, okay. I'm going to take those two because, okay, yeah, we're going to take these. The Ten of Wands in reverse. I feel like this is about somebody who's been carrying a heavy burden for a while, and you're coming to a point now where you're ready to let go of this. You're ready to let go of that burden, of that heaviness. It's time. It's time for you to let that go. You don't need to carry that around anymore. You know, I just got a flash then of somebody sort of saying, you know, well, that means having a conversation. That means sort of opening up about things and stuff like that. But actually, no, I think it is just about like dropping off the kids, to be honest. It's just about letting that stuff go. It's not part of you anymore. You don't have to keep over analysing everything over and over and over again. You just got to drop it. You just got to let it go. It's bringing you to a new slate, and this is what you're preparing for, is like a brand new energy entering your life. And that brand new energy brings you a lot of celebration, of hope. This has come through a few times now, and it can signify you know, a real celebration of life and things going in a way that is allowing you to feel happy and joyful and supported. This could be, for some of you, news about a new home. For some of you, it could be news about a marriage proposal or engagement. And I do feel for some of you, this is actually about somebody else's wedding. It's like you're going to somebody else's wedding, but something there is actually going to bring you a lot of joy. I mean, weddings are joyful anyway, aren't they? But there's something about this particular date of this wedding that you might be going to that is important to you. Maybe you want to invite somebody there, maybe, or you're going to be invited by somebody else to a particular wedding. And this could be the start of a new beginning for you, of something really sort of taking off. It's the kind of wedding though, I don't feel it's like, you know, a churchy wedding and then the after do and all that jazz. It's more of like a festival kind of vibe. It's more like, you know, bell tents and drumming, and I don't know, it's like fun. It seems very fun. Invite me if you can. So we've got the High Priestess on the bottom. So you're getting intuitive downloads about your direction here with Rado. You're getting an idea of where you need to go from this point. This is what you're preparing for, because this is something I feel completely different to how you normally roll in your life. I've got the Stone Roses in my head now. I don't know if anyone's been listening to the Stone Roses. You know that song, This Is the Way We Roll. There's only one way of life, and that is we roll. I think that's it anyway. Can't remember. But yeah, with the High Priestess, this is definitely about you, you know, gaining truth through dreams, potentially it could be as well. But there's your intuition is high at the moment. You might be seeing patterns of numbers, so like 1-1-1-1s or 2-2-2-2s or 3s or 7s even. I'm getting something about 2-3-2-3 that keeps showing up for somebody on here. There's a greater awareness about harmony and your journey towards harmony is what I'm getting from that. And with Sawillow there as well, you know, you're moving towards something that is very inspiring, very enlightening, healing, joyful. You know, it's almost like you know the direction, but something had to end in order for you to reach it. And it might be that you are feeling the let go of that past. Oh, okay, that did like somersaults then, didn't it? Okay, we have the Death and Rebirth card here. So this is a transformation for you, and you do know the direction that you need to take. I feel for some of you there is a fear of change with this. There's a fear of things changing, and once you have made that step, you can't go back. So you've got to ask yourself, what is it about that past that I am still hooking myself into just in case it doesn't work out on the other side? That isn't trusting. That's not trusting the process. That's not trusting spirit. And if there's no trust there, then it's very, very difficult to move forward. Yeah, you are holding yourself back from potentially achieving what it is that you have always wanted. You've had to go through some lessons, you've had to go through some cycles, you've had to experience things about yourself to know what way forward you need to go, that you need to travel. If you've been seeing squirrels a lot lately, watch them. Watch the squirrels and where you've seen them. Okay. We have a lot of love coming in here. I feel like somebody loves you. Somebody maybe feels quite romantic towards you. Maybe there's an offer here coming in. But yeah, very, very romantic energy. I love the Knight of Cups. It's one of my favourite ones. You might be yourself seeking an authentic connection, is what I'm getting from this. You're seeking an authentic connection. There's something to do with roses as well. I mean, maybe you're buying flowers for somebody, or you are receiving flowers from somebody. There's a gift coming. There is a gift there. Yeah. You just got to be, you've got to watch this energy. I've got this energy coming through, sort of like this is something that you want, but there's a fear of being disappointed, or there's a fear of missing signs on this, or things just not going the way. It's sort of like, don't protect your heart so much that you are stopping the connection that you're asking for. It's like, in one respect, you're asking for a connection. You're asking for this authentic connection here. But then you're protecting your heart so much that you're not actually letting your authentic truth shine, so that you are bringing in that person that you are thinking about. Because I definitely think with the Knight of Cups on there, there's a connection in mind, or there's something going on and you're preparing for that. You're coming out of Hermit energy, so you are ready now to start expressing yourself outwardly. Maybe you're going out more, or thinking about going out more, changing up your friendship groups. Yeah, I feel for some of you, you've kind of let go of some friendships, or that you thought were friendships but actually didn't turn out to be. I feel like for some of you, you've been talking to people, you've told them things, and they've actually gone and done stuff behind your back, or they're kind of threatening something that you've told them. Like, for instance, if you told somebody a job idea, an idea that you got in your mind of something that you want to do, that you want to go and do, and they've kind of looked at that with you and gone like, actually, I would like to do that myself, or I'm going to go for that myself, I think. I do get an energy picking up of that. So just be aware of, I want to say, like, keep your cards close to your chest at this time. Maybe don't go expressing things. There's an energy here with justice. This is about things being put into balance. There's an energy here of things being put right, being put back into balance. There's a lot of truth coming out with this as well. This might be a communication that you have with somebody else. And again, that communication, like we said at the beginning, with yourself, like being honest with yourself, being true to yourself. And we have the Queen of Swords as well. So this is quite direct communication. This is about truth as well. So there's a lot to do with truth. And being, I feel like in the past, there's been an energy of feeling like there's been a tone or a bitterness. I've had this before with a client recently where, there's a feeling of like, whatever I say or whatever I try and do, it doesn't come out right. I sound harsh, or I sound bitter, or I sound like this. where it's more about being that direct energy, you know, coming across more logical, and there's wisdom in it as well. So this might be somebody that you admire, or it might be yourself and how you're expressing yourself lately. Yeah, there's an energy of bringing that through, bringing that out. So let's see what the final outcome is for you on this today. As we've been talking, I feel like that energy's lifted a little bit. So if you were feeling that sad energy on there, hopefully this reading has helped lift that for you. I am a healer, so when you sit with me and chat, I am bringing healing energies towards you too, which will go wherever it's needed. We have the 8 of Wands on here, so there's some good news on its way for you. If you've been hoping for good news, if you've been looking for, I want to say reconciliation, that's not the word I'm looking for, but that word is important to somebody, I think. It's, what's the word? Where it's, you know, something's been completed, or something's been, not reconciliation. It'll come back to me. I do this a lot, don't I? I think I've got Alzheimer's. But the 8 of Wands is, you know, it's kind of like things coming to a completion, coming to an energy of like, there's good news around this. Something you've been working towards, you're going to get some news about it, and it's going to be a good thing. And it's quite fast energy as well that comes from this. And you have started to take action and bold moves. This is the preparation, like with the squirrel and stuff, this is another card of preparation. You have everything you need right now to take this step forward. So in the direction that you want to go, the intention that you've set there, this is the way forward for you now. So grab your surfboard, get out into the surf and enjoy yourself. But there is a need to pay attention here. Pay attention to the little signs and things. So this is about observing yourself as you move forward, because what you don't want to do is drop back into old patterns. You're trying to collapse those patterns to move forward. So constantly observing your triggers, the things that maybe you would normally get wound up about. Watch yourself and be like, do I really need to get wound up about this? Am I misinterpreting this particular situation? You know, constantly watching. And the more you do that, you're creating a new habit, a new pattern that's going to be much better for you, much better. So overall then, final outcome on here, because this is looking like you are aligned with something very big here that you are moving towards, which is a great energy to have. Okay, we have the Devil. So it's interesting that this has come out as like the overall, because I feel for some of you, this is like it's like rejected parts of the soul. So for some of you, there's a real fear about this old patterns and old stories creeping in. It can be also about where, you know, things that you don't particularly like about yourself, or a fear of moving forward into something. So if this is you at the moment, it's a time to walk with fear, okay? Whatever it is that you think people think about you, you can't assume what somebody thinks about you. Your past does not define you. And everything you've done leading up to this, even if your past has followed you a little bit, or you're still dropping in and out of patterns or whatever, Spirit want you to know you are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And we all have things to work on. If we didn't, we wouldn't be here on the earth where we are in our conscious bodies. We are here to raise our consciousness, okay? Some people are just here to be cogs, I feel, you know, to keep things going, to be part of that. Some people are here to raise that conscience. And if you're aware of your traits, should we call them, then that is helping you to raise your conscience. Don't have fear over things that you feel aren't great traits about yourself. It's just learning to manage those traits. They're still part of you. You can't be a whole person if you reject parts of yourself, okay? And this is, I feel for you, aligning yourself with, I feel for many of you actually, it's about aligning yourself on a journey, on a path that allows this part of you to be okay. You know, take what resonates there. So if this is, you know, a trait that's debilitating you or a habit that's stopping you from moving forward, then yes, something needs to be done about that. But if this is, you know, just a way that you are, say for instance, you talk quite loudly or whatever, do you really want to spend your life hanging around with people that make you feel like you've got to bring your voice down? No, because that's not you, is it? You want to be around with the other loud people, or, you know, so it's aligning yourself on the path with people that accept you as you are, okay? Accept that you have flaws, accept that you have patterns and traits and things, but you are working on what you can and you are doing what you can to be the best version of yourself. So I'm going to leave you with that today. And I would love to hear what this journey is and how it pans out for you. And I wish you all the best. If you would like to book in for a personalised reading, we can go a lot deeper into the information when it's personalised. So do get in touch if you would like that. Have a blessed day.